Alright, this is my experience with this amazing but definitely infuriating game. I know what you're thinking. I can't wait to hear about this average Rocket League player who has no accomplishments in the game whatsoever. But I'm here to tell you anyway my experience with this stupid ass game. And to start things off, I'm going to be telling you when I first started to play Rocket League. In 2018, I was a mere lad and I was at my cousin's house. We saw we had Rocket League downloaded and we had a game. We genuinely thought we discovered something insane because we figured out you could aerial. Now, this was the point people were hitting flip resets, and when I say aerial, I don't mean flying in the air and hitting the ball. I mean flying in the air. Yeah, we were pretty stupid at this time. But I didn't touch the game till 1 year later after I played with my cousin, and that is when I got it on my Nintendo Switch. I played every day, but I literally didn't play ranked at all. All I played was casual, and eventually I got bored because I genuinely didn't know what the hell rank was, and you may be asking yourself, were you a special child? And the answer is yes. Yes, I was. Anyway, 2 years passed and all my friends all started playing Rocket League. This was at the point of like 2021 where you had prime YouTubers like Sunless making videos, Musty, Mertzy, they were all making videos and it was just peak Rocket League. Anyway, I started playing again. My friends were around plat to diamond level when I started playing, and I was pretty ass when I started, as everyone is. However, eventually I started getting better and began noticing a bit of drama in Rocket League, which got me hooked into the esport. The drama was the Retals and Arsenal drama, where Arsenal kicked Retals, and well, I can't really remember what else happened. I think it was like midway through, no, the end of the tournament. They already been kicked out, but Arsenal decided, you know what, you're gone, mate. So he kicked Retals from the team. Anyway, ever since then, I was a die-hard Retals fan, my freaking goat. So I watched him a lot, and a lot of Optic Gaming, which is the team he joined. And let me tell you, it was a hard watch for a while, I can't lie. However, Optic did turn it around in the last split, which was a bonus. They made it all the way to the Boston Major, and they did play well. However, ended up only getting 9th to 12th, which didn't qualify them for Worlds.
On death's door, it's still up. Is it enough? Optic trying to keep it alive, and it will not happen. Liquid survive in 5, and they knock out.
I was pretty heartbroken, I can't lie. However, we moved. Anyway, back to me playing the game. Basically, around 2022 was when I had exams, so I obviously started studying for them. JK, I didn't do any of that. I played lots of Rocket League. Well, I did study. Anyway, then I started playing in the summer holidays after my exams, which I aced, by the way. Freaking goat here. I also made a YouTube channel, but not this YouTube channel. It was a separate one, and I actually got like 200 subs, but my content was absolute garbage. It was just shorts of my best clips, but honestly, they were all ass clips. However, I did go on a bit of a 1v1 grind and got to Champ 3. But then I went all the way back down to Diamond. For 2v2, I got to around Champ 2 of Rocket League, which is when I realised this game was a massive waste of time. I fluctuated from Champ 2 to about GC for the next 2 years, but I never played seriously. I obviously just played for fun. Well, then I started playing more in 2024 and got to GC 2 for the first time, and I was like, you know what, I can get better than this. So I started tryharding every single day, and you'll never guess what. Yep, I couldn't get higher than GC 2. I've never hit GC 3, but to be honest, I'm hopeful. It's never going to happen. However, this point in 2024 is where I started watching RLCS again. I kept following Retals and Magic Bear. They ended up getting to the Copenhagen Major, where they did quite well, getting 9th to 12th, however taking Vitality for a run for their money, which was quite fun to watch. I had such amazing hopes for them, but they ended up sucking again and missed out on the World Championship and the last Major. Anyway, I started playing for fun again, but kept fluctuating from C3 to GC2. I'm not going to lie to you, I was more up and down than someone with bipolar disorder. However, in 2025, I was consistently hitting Grand Champion. This game is difficult, but it's always fun to watch, and that's where I watched the Birmingham Major, where my GOAT Retals made it after a miracle run to get to this LAN. However, there they didn't have an amazing showing. They got swept by Twisting Minds to miss out on top 8, and guess what? Retals got kicked again, for flip's sake. It's happened again. Nah, I'm kidding, it wasn't as bad as last time. Anyway, he didn't make the Raleigh Major, which sucks, and what sucks even more is that NA didn't even do anything there. I then deleted Rocket League for a while. I can't lie, I was studying for my apprenticeship and I didn't want the distraction. However, that lasted around 2 months and I started getting distracted by Rocket League again. Rocket League I've realised is a skill gap game. I've got to GC2 like a million times and I realised even if I played every single day, I would probably never get to SSL, but that's fine. In the end, I just started going for clips and ranked, but still ended up at the top, ending off 2025 in GC1 again. I then caught up with 2025 RLCS and watched NRG win the World Championship, which was lovely considering the heartbreak they had last year. Basically last year, if you don't know, they lost in the grand finals, this exact team. Then I started playing more, and you know, here's when I made a channel and started talking about my terrible life experiences. This is a terrible video, I know it is, but just please subscribe. I want to reach 500 subs, and I kind of wanted to do a little like what I've been doing in Rocket League video, and here we go. So this is it. I also have reached GC2 again for the like millionth time, so you know, if you're interested in how I did that, I post shorts every day. Well, nearly every day. I'm not consistent at all. It's just like my Rocket League gameplay. But please subscribe. I'm trying to reach 500 subs by the end of the month, so I would love if you helped me out with that. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great rest of the day.